Okay, so this is sat overnight, so it's had plenty of time to soak the lecithin and water together. We're going to move on to the second step of this process, and that is to mix our sorbic acid into another 500 milliliters of distilled water. I'm using a blender this time because we're going to put everything together, so it's going to be about 1,000 ml when it's all said and done. So here's the sorbic acid again. It's non-GMO. We used 60 grams of sunflower lecithin. So now we're going to make 60 grams of sorbic acid. The sorbic acid is obviously a lot heavier than the sunflower lecithin. So you might notice that we will put a lot less into this cup to make the weight of 60 grams. Like that right there, 63. As you can see, it's quite a bit heavier than the sunflower lecithin. I try to get exactly at 60 on the sorbic acid, mainly because if you go over, it's really potent. Alright, so I'm at 59.9. Oh, there goes. It's balancing on 60. That little bit put me at 60.1. Alright, so we're going to take our sorbic acid. We're going to mix into our water over here in the blender. This could have been done in the Magic Bullet, but because I'm putting everything together, there's no sense in making a lot of extra dirty dishes. I'm not wearing gloves or anything. I'm making this just for my family, not for anybody else. And so I'm not too worried about this because this will be gone in about a week. Not a lot of time for any problems, so. All right. So as I mix this together, what I'm actually looking for, I don't know if you can see in the video, you can see the sorbic acid floating in the water, and you want to see if it rests on the bottom. What you want to do is keep mixing it until you see that all of the vitamin C ascorbic acid has been diluted into the water. If you have anything left on the bottom, that's ascorbic acid that is not yet mixed with the water properly, and it's going to mess your mixture up. So make sure it's good mix. Okay. I see bubbles. I don't see anything landing on the bottom. That's good. Yeah, I think we're good there. All right, so the next step will be to take and put our sunflower lecithin mixture into the blender. Now, I mix this at the lowest setting as possible because if you mix it too fast, it creates a lot of bubbles on top. And you want as few bubbles as possible because those bubbles will hold in it some of the vitamin C and things that you want mixed into the actual mixture. So it just doesn't mix properly in the bubble layer. So. All right, so those two are pretty well mixed together. You can see there's some bubbles that have formed inside. That's not too bad. Sometimes if you go too fast, the bubbles actually climb up about an inch, and that's not what you want. If that happens, it'd be really good for you just to kind of let the mixture settle and set for a little bit before you go on to the next step. All right, so we have mixed our liposomal vitamins, or our lecithin with our vitamin C. And so there's only one step left in the process, and that is to set up the ultrasonic cleaner. This is a kit that you can get on Amazon, and it comes with the ultrasonic cleaner. It comes with the tray as well as the beaker, and you can do it differently. You can buy it a la carte if you like, but I just really like this kit because it makes things so much simpler. So we're moving our mixture into the large beaker. You can see I chose, everything is just the right size. We've got 500 milliliters of water mixed in with our 60 grams of sunflower lecithin. We have 500 milliliters of water mixed in with our 60 grams of ascorbic acid. We brought them both together, so it's making just a little bit over 1,000 here. Now we're going to take this, we can set this in here. Inside the ultrasonic cleaner, there's lines that tell you minimum, maximum level. You obviously have to have water in these for them to work. So what you do is you take your beaker, once you've put all your stuff in it, if you try to do it without it in there, and then it just floats and creates problems. And then you just kind of fill up to your maximum line. That's what I do. There are a lot of people out there who have different opinions. They are welcome to them. This is just for my family, and this is what I know works. So, here's this. This goes back on. This particular ultrasonic cleaner only goes up to 30 minutes. I like to do 45. So I'll run this for 15 minutes, I'll add another 15 minutes to it, and then it's done. And then once I'm finished, I picked up this container here at Walmart, and it works perfect. And so what I will do while this is on the ultrasonic cleaners, I will rinse this out with some distilled water. And so this will be ready to go, waiting for this to be finished. I will pour this into here and stick that into the refrigerator. So, all right. One more note, I like to take this and put it somewhere where the animals are not, just because that sound is really annoying after a while. I just feel like it's just kinder to the animals to move it to another room where they're not in it. So this is something to think on. I personally do not like to be in the same room of this machine while it's running. So.